Is this on? Yes, of course. Hello and welcome everyone. This is gonna be a small tutorial, do-it-yourself kind of thing, where I, Sycamore, gonna explain a few things. Like, there's no any preparation for this, I'm just gonna wing it with all the knowledge I know to tell you how to make your own game show, like do-it-yourself game shows, you know, all the do-it-yourself buildings and all, but in Minecraft game shows. So you might have trouble on how or what to make as a game show. Like, for first we should tackle the first question, like, what is the game show, or what kind of show I want? Because this is the first question that you want to ask yourself on what kind of game you want to give for the players to play in and the viewers to watch. Now, for the basic game show, you need idea, the main concept of what you want to do. Like, for example, we have Infernox's Face Off, where you have to vote for two people to go face against each other. Or in Color Wars, there's segments where four people compete against each other. Or we have Strikeout, where people compete against each other, and after each game, one or two players or even more will be eliminated. Has to be original. So even though there's some similarity to earlier shows, make sure that it's your own show that you want to produce, otherwise you will get screwed. So yeah, idea and concept is key as a first step of all the necessary things for a game show. Now, here comes the second step. Once you know what you want to do, you need to build it, and like, not just have a flat world, because that's a huge no-no. You actually need to build challenges, but not just challenges. You need to build the area, like the nature of, or just the surroundings of the entire thing. Like, you know, there should be walls or roof even, and not just one block, like with multiple blocks, of course. Like, for example, you like the redstone lamp, and you don't wanna light them, all of them at once, but you want to make it nice, so why not make a quartz pillar every 5th or 10th block you make. Oh, and of course, one crucial thing that you might want to do is, or want to have on a server or any place you want to build it, is world edit. It's a good thing, but what if you don't have a server? Well, it's very simple. Where to build it? Well, you can rent, you can ask somebody to help you build a game show on his or her server, or you can host your own. The last one is a little bit more problematic. If you don't have a huge PC to do all the shenanigans for it, then well, rip. But other than that, there are multiple ways, possibilities that you can do your stuff on, and you can always ask for help in the community, because I'm quite sure that somebody is out there who would gladly help you, although some trust level is needed in order to uh, have any servers to build on, otherwise you're up on your own. Although there are free servers, but those are not really quite hit the mark, because sometimes you are not able to upload a map on it. Like, it's just randomly generating a map and it's available for set amount of time, and after that it will be removed. So usually for those kind of servers, I recommend something that you can pull off right off the bat. Like Unique Impacts has it's not big enough for the two of us kind of thing, where it's a randomly generated place. It's a hardcore kind of map where you have to face off someone and collect stuff, although it does require some amount of command blocks or commands, but that's yet another different amount of issues that you wanna think about. But considering all these that you have figured out, you might wanna think about the challenges. It has to be somewhat related to the game show if you wanna make it a PvP kind of game, then make it so, or a survival one, or some other TV show that you like and you want to replicate it. Make sure you give time to make it. I know 1 month is not much, and my first game show was like 3 months until I finished it, but you don't have to be all that high quality. You can like use a smaller area. You don't have to think that big. You can make it inside of a 20 by 20 area with a height of 10 blocks, or just make a huge hole inside the ground and call it an arena or something. Just make sure you make some decorations, because those are always nice to look at. Don't have to be decorations everywhere, and sometimes the decorations can exploit the game, which is not good. Now, next step for challenges also is that it has to be fun, not that low quality of a game show. Like don't think of a skin competition, or don't make like a piston puzzle unless you know what you're doing, because if it's a good piston puzzle, then sure, go ahead. But if you do it again and again, or you see everywhere else that they use the same piston puzzle, you should just mix it up a little bit, just to make it a little bit different. And just making different colors does not cut it out for you. Now then, for still the challenges, you know how I said it has to be fit with the game show, although not all the time, because like in Color Wars, you see there are not really set amount of games, but it's kind of like the same recipe as like for say the Nascrew game show, where they are doing multiple challenges where people can try out their skills all the way around, like do PvP stuff or just memory with alongside of parkour and all kinds of shenanigans. So yeah, there's that for you. And of course, moving on with the challenges, you need a cast, people who will actually play with you. Now, for this, you don't have to think about 10 or 12 or a dozen amount of people. For a game show, sometimes less is more. So you can go from 2 up to like even any amount of people you want, like infinity. But that's just too hard to manage. So I would say for this short amount of time that you want to make a game show, somewhere around 2 and 6 would be just enough for you to have an official game show season, to roll it out and everything. And hey, who said you need to make it all continuous? Like, you don't have to make all episodes as a season. For example, like Hire By, or let's say, once again for the Unix, it's not big enough for the two of us. One episode can have 2 people and the other episode can have a different set of people, like 2 different people who will go face against each other, or the chosen one. I think that's also a good reference for this. But, and this is a huge but, make sure you can how to say, cooperate with them, otherwise it will be just hell for you and for them as well. And it's not gonna be a proper game show if the people don't enjoy the game itself. So make sure you pick the right person for the show, that you think they are capable of doing it. And for the love of God, do not make any challenges that are like, how to say, based off of your opinion. Always make sure it's based off of their, or should I say, based off of players' skill, in some way or form at least. Now, with the cast, for short amount, because it's just 2 or 6, 2 to 6 people, it's gonna be a short recording. Well, considering what is a short recording and how many challenges you want to make with all these people, but still, it's up to you. Always make sure that your elimination, or just way to get rid of the people, is also your own idea. Now, yet another important thing that you want to know is communication via what software you want to use, like Discord or Skype or TeamSpeak or anything. So basically, make sure that everyone has the same software that you can manage the game show through. Like, you know, you don't have to talk to 2 ways, like one group who has just Skype and one who doesn't have Skype and just Discord. Although, thank you Discord for all the nice and necessary stuff that we can use it as a normal game show device for all the talking stuff and everything. And of course, you can make a separate Discord channel where you can mute the people if you don't want them to talk. And of course, that's just for the game show, because the community is always a nice hub to return to and talk with everyone. Now that we have done with the most necessary stuff, here comes the even more important stuff. Recording. I should just cap it. Recording. Bang! You need a software. Now there is free or trial version for your sake. I don't think you have the right amount of money, or I don't think you have access to your parents' purse or bank card, so probably a free software is always welcome. Like for example, I'm using XSplit, but there's There is Camtasia. It has, I think, a screen recording program as well, although it's a little bit tricky. But that's an option as well. You can do multiple ways, but make sure you don't allow the software to show your mouse, or don't record the full screen, because that could be annoying as well. As you can see the top row that it says Minecraft, and on the right corner there's the X and all the necessary menu items on the top row, and in the bottom you can see the start menu of your computer, which could tell a lot about you that you don't want to share. Also, I know that you cannot do much about it, but always try to record it on a better computer, or just enhance the recording possibilities. Like, for example, you can mod Minecraft and use Optifine, because that makes it a little bit more faster in some scenario. Also, there are a lot of enhancing processor enhancing softwares online, but be careful, not all of them are as they seem. Google is your friend, look it up, and be sure, not necessary, it's just a recommendation. I'm not using any processor speeding process, I'm just using Optifine, that's my opinion. Now the last step is the editing. This could take a lot of time, and if you're not prepared, it can consume your time majorly. For now, even though, because you're just a, let's say, beginner game show host that you want to be, later on you can be professional. Right now, all you have to focus on is a basic short intro. Don't have to show the entire cast if you don't wanna. At least just show the title, drop some music behind it. Non-copyrighted music is always welcome, with their own necessity to publish the creator's name and song's title in the description, but you can research about that later on. And of course, not necessary, but you can do an outro. It can be still some information that you want to show the people that they haven't seen so far in the video, but you wanna tell them, like, for example, here's the next episode, or click for these pictures to send the viewers to their representative channels if they wanted to, or just have, or it doesn't, then you can just do any random stuff, or like do a previous next time on whatsoever. But please do not repeat intro as outro, because that's pain in the butt. A lot, because there will be no person, no viewer who will watch till the very end if they see the intro again. They will definitely just click away. If you don't have an intro, just cut it right there, have it as an end, and don't even bother with it. So, editing wise, only cut what's necessary. Like, for example, if you want to go from one place to another, like you have a hub for the players and you want to go to the challenge, you can cut there, and once you are at the challenge you can continue it right there. Nothing so drastic, and you can always say that, okay, I'm gonna cut it here, just give a little sign for yourself in the footage so you can backtrack it and know where you wanna cut it. Usually that's what I do. Also, a really nice fact that you can use is that sometimes less is more. You don't have to show the entire thing of the game show that you make. Sometimes you just have to show the game itself, and it's self-explanatory, although make sure that you explain the game for the players, otherwise it will be entirely chaos. And once you are done with all this shenanigans, all you have to do is upload, and done. Profit. But considering this is a good reason why I postponed recording and couldn't make it on Monday. It's a Tuesday right now, because I usually upload something on Monday. I saw a tiny show. Now I'm just gonna put this here and gonna explain a few things. So Billy made a pretty good example on what not to do in a game show, although it has been suggested for the Minecraft Game Show Awards, and I say okay, sure, fine, it can go, but it's gonna be automatically a chicken awards if there's no quality in it. The builds are, let's say, not much time put into it, no any extra effort in the game shows at all, and let's just say you just want to make the show just because you feel like it. No, if you really want to take part in the Minecraft Game Show Awards, at least put some effort into it. And this is a special message for Billy. Thank you. I will link that video I think below the description, or if I can I'll do a card thing. I don't know if I can, but whatever. But make sure you don't make that. Make it better so you can surpass Billy's tiny show. Make that a goal for yourself. Don't let Billy have an award in the chicken tier. He will be in the dragon one, but this show is just gonna be chicken tier, just for the hell of it. And we'll see how you can do as you can. Now, just a short recap on statistics, because always nice to look at them and tell you guys, because you guys do an amazing thing. Now, for example, ever since last time we gained a lot, and we have 93 suggestions. Along those 93 suggestions we have 38 different kind of game shows, including different seasons for such game shows, like season 1, season 2, season 3, 3.5, so on and so forth. Now, there's still 3 tiers, and so far the percentage of it is 26% is, most of them are chicken tier, 34% is dragon, and the rest is blaze. Now, keep up the good work, and just keep it coming. If it's something that most of us doesn't see on YouTube, but it's out there waiting for to be recognized, suggest it, feel free. Or if you think somebody already suggested a game show, feel free to suggest it as well, because the amount of time a game show will be suggested by different people will be recognized even more than other game shows, and will be picked for several categories based off of that. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We have 10 categories, which in some there's only 1 or 2 people inside of that category. So maybe I'm gonna take that a little bit and merge some categories. For example, if there's not gonna be enough stream suggestions, I'll just gonna leave it as, I don't know, a concept. Or if there's like an intro, then I would say that considered being an edit kind of thing. If there's not enough suggestions as like best, it has a nice intro, or it has it's a stream version and it's really awesome, or just to say a few more that is lacking mentions as a game show that it is good as, like all in general, best finale, intros, mini show, or stream. These are right now that I see that are here that are missing right now. But if you think you know something else about the game show that you think shines in, then feel free to say it. And of course, there will be voting for the